I do think that this might be a rhetorical question, but I mean, we might just as well just go through it.
Okay.
But do you think traditional money is better money, or nomadic money is better money? So traditional money in the sense of like basically just finding a 9 to 5, and just having a job basically.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think traditional money is like it's better when you need the money like now, like when you need it right away, or when you need the stable income. You have a family to support or a mortgage to pay, or bills like that to constantly cover. Traditional money is like definitely going to give you that. You know, Whereas nomad, you don't have that. You don't know when your next bit of money might be coming from. So it can be definitely difficult, especially when you're first starting out. A lot of the times, you might not make money for a while. But yeah, that's kind of like the payoff. Whereas traditional money is like linear, like you're constantly getting the same amount. It just goes up in a line. Whereas nomad, it's like kind of like zero. This is in the millionaire fast lane, by the way. But it's like you make
Yeah,
no money for like a while, and then suddenly it just starts rocketing up. And so that's where the
that is so
leverage
true.
is.
That is so true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the leverage is, and that's why it's very encouraged by these guys to like take advantage of your youth when you don't have the responsibilities, when you have lots of energy. You don't need too much to survive. Take the initiative, take the risk, and try to start that online business so that you can build something that can scale up. And so I think once if you can get to that point where you scale up, definitely nomad money is
Yeah.
way better, I would say. And that's the goal. And then at that point you can do the other things in life that everyone else is already doing, and you can do it to a much better degree with much more freedom.
What's that? What do you mean by that?
Meaning that you'll just have more money and you'll have like location freedom and time freedom and all the other things
Got
that
you, got
yeah.
you, got you, got you, got you. No, no, definitely. I share the same perspective as you, you know. I feel like traditional money is very limited, and it's very secluded, as very secluded. And what I mean by that is that so nomadic money is just essentially better, right? Once you start making it as well, because you look at a platform like YouTube, right, which is essentially as to where we are as well, right? YouTube pays in dollars, you know. So already when you get paid in dollars, already the currency is, it's a good currency. Most times when you are getting paid in dollars, a lot of places that you go to or that you get to travel to, in most cases you can actually be able to afford those places because your
Oh
currency
yeah, that's true.
is a better currency compared to that particular country. So I think nomadic money is always the best in that particular sense. And what's nice about it is that all these platforms that are online and all of that, they pay in dollars, and getting paid in dollars is in most cases just a better way to get paid than in any other currency. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, yeah.
even when you're traveling, you don't even try to convert the numbers because it's just like it's fine. By the time that I get to the other country, I know that my dollar would have skyrocketed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have those intuitive discussions to yourself of saying, okay, I'm getting paid in rands, or I'm getting paid in bahts, or in rupiah. Can I, if I was to go to this other country, how does my lifestyle look like? Because I'm getting paid in this currency and all of that. Which, obviously, once you get to a certain level, from like a nomadic point of perspective, and you're making that nomadic money, I don't think that that is usually a discussion that you would have with yourself. I think obviously you would budget, but I don't think you are doubting yourself to go to a country because you don't think that you can actually be able to afford it. You can travel to the likes of Dubai as much as you want, or just any country that you feel comfortable to travel to, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And yeah,
And
that's true as well. I forgot about the currency thing, but yeah, that's part of why you have the value trade off. Canada, $50 is nothing. And here it's like 1 week food.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like if you're getting paid in dollars, you're quite good. You're quite good. And when you travel, when you get to travel to a lot of places, you don't budget as much as a person that's not getting paid in dollars. Maybe you would still budget, but not to the degree that a person that's getting paid in their local currency, depending on whatever that currency is doing their day to day kind of budgeting and all those sort of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but are you excited about going to thingy to Vietnam?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's always tough because it's like, oh, you got settled down in your routine. Now it's like you got used to certain things, and now it's like, oh, we gotta like move and like resettle down and figure everything out all over again. The food, everything else, the routine. So it does kind of suck, but I guess in a sense that's kind of like the beauty of it too, like because it makes you just appreciate it more. Like if you didn't have to leave, it wouldn't be as special. Like, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And do you know as to how many months are you going to be in Vietnam?
I think I'm going to stay for the 3 months, the 90 days, because that's the longest visa. And then
Got you, got you.
yeah, I'm not sure if after that I'm going to um like border run and go back, because that's what people who live in Vietnam do. They just border run and then go back, or if I will maybe just come back to Thailand or figure out a different move after that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I used to do as well. Because then my base was predominantly Bali. So I just catch a flight and get to Malaysia, be in Malaysia for like a day, but and then come back. But as I was doing that, I got to a point whereby instead of just trying to quickly get back to like Bali, I would want to experience that particular country that I'm going to. So as opposed to just like spending a night in that particular country, I'd say, okay, cool, let me just try to be here for like a week and all those sort of things,
Okay.
and yeah, get back to. Have you ever come across has has immigration ever been intimidating for you at any point or like from any perspective?
Yeah, they always question. They're always asking me questions. Vietnam is calm. They don't ask me anything. But I guess it's because I get a visa before I go, so it's more chill. Yeah,
Yeah,
visa. They don't. I never said one word to any immigration officer in Vietnam. But in Thailand, they're always asking me. Especially the first time was very scary because I came without in December 2024. I came without,
return ticket.
yeah, a return ticket or anything. I didn't have like anything scheduled, and it was just a one way ticket to Thailand. Yeah, and then she's like,
Yeah,
"What are you doing here?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm just visiting." She's like, "How long do you plan to stay?" I'm like, "2 months." Where are you gonna stay? Chiang Mai. She's asking for like, do you have your ticket booked to Chiang Mai? Do you have your hotel booked in Chiang Mai? I was like, no, no. I had my hotel booked in Bangkok, right? I was going to stay in Bangkok for maybe like 4 or 5 days before I did that. But I didn't have any of
yeah,
the things that she was asking, and I was like, oh shit, this is bad. And yeah, she
yeah.
called. She called over the guy. She called over like the supervisor, and then the guy
Oh my
was,
God.
yeah, the guy was just like, she told him the story, and then he's just like, okay, well, just let him go. He gave me a warning. He's just like, you can go. I think it's because I built rapport with him before. Because like when I was in line, we were all just standing in line. The supervisor just walking back and forth, and he actually just came over and just looked at my stuff. Like he looked at my passport, and then he's like, "Oh, you're from Canada." And I'm like, "Yeah, man." So it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
went.
that's what he said?
Yeah, he looked at it. Yeah, he didn't. He doesn't. I don't know why he did that. But yeah, he's just like, "Oh, you're from Canada." I'm like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I got, and then you're able to get through.
yeah, because yeah, I guess maybe he felt bad, and then maybe she just realized like the woman's maybe being a bit too careful. So yeah, I did get through. That was probably the craziest time. All the other times they usually just ask a couple questions like, "Where's your Muay
Yeah.
Thai camp?" Or they'll ask like, "Where are you living?" Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
I got so much anxiety, bro. Bangkok as well. Thailand.
Yeah, they're cracking
Um,
down now. They're like very serious. If you don't have a visa, like an actual visa, you're just coming on the visa on arrival. Like you basically need
yeah,
to have a return ticket, like a flight out.
yeah. There's another visa that you told me about, which something that we'll speak about like in our next episode, which I think it's gonna be it's a good conversation just to know as to like um, what are the options? What are the options in terms of visas for people generally when they fly into all these countries?
Hmm.
Because sometimes you just don't want to be on a guest visa, if I can call it that, or like a tourist visa or some a guest visa.
For sure, yeah. And that's one of the
Um,
things I have anxiety about Vietnam because people live there, but I think they're only using the guest visa. So I'm like, I don't know. What if immigration asks me? This is kind of. They don't say anything though, but
I
if
think
they do, it's like, damn, I don't know.
And I think immigration is quite chill. I don't want to lie to you. I mean, for initially, I used to be super intimidated. And the thing is, when I'm intimidated, I can't hide it. So I think normally I'd put on just like a huge smile or something,
Yeah,
just to show that I'm just like
really.
like an innocent person and don't have any sort of like harmful intentions to their country and all those sort of things. But then in that smile as well, I'm sure one could see that, okay, cool, this person is scared or something like that.
Yeah,
Um, but I remember with Bangkok, I flew into Bangkok from Malaysia. Same thing, a lady went through my stuff and she's like, "Where's my return visa? Sorry, where's my return ticket?"
yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, I don't have it." But then the thing is, and the reason as to why I don't have, just like a little bit of a back thing into that. I had been to Phuket before, so when I went to Phuket, I didn't have a return ticket.
yeah,
So then now me flying to Bangkok from Malaysia, I didn't get a return ticket as well.
yeah.
I didn't have a return ticket with me. So she's like, "Where's the return ticket?" I'm like, "I don't have it." She's like, "Stand here." She puts me on the side. I'm like, "Okay." Immediately when she puts me on the side, I'm scared, bro, because I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, if she's gonna put me on the side, this sounds like it's a serious thing. And she does the same thing for me as well. She calls this guy, very formal guy, calls me, and she tells me, she's like, "Hey, this guy does not have his return ticket. Please talk to him." He calls me into a room, and as we walk into the room, I remember me thinking, "Is this a race thing?"
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm black. I'm black, so I'm trying to figure out to say, but all the other people that I just bought off the plane,
Yeah.
they going through.
They don't get
Are you
asked one
telling me
question.
that they
Most of the
all?
guys don't get asked one question. They'll just get stamped and pushed through. So it's like, yeah, they're asking me a question for a reason. There's a reason. I don't know. Maybe yeah, it could be a random selection, but it also maybe might not be. From my point of view, because like you stamped all the
Yeah,
white guys. I don't.
you think about a lot of things, bro. I mean, I used to try and make sure because normally I don't comb my hair, but I usually used to try have my hair a little bit neater, when I'm
Yeah.
traveling and all those sort of things,
Hmm.
because you just never know as to what's that one thing that will make someone in immigration want to have like a long conversation with you in terms of just trying to find out as to why you're traveling into their country. So we get into this room, and immediately when we get into the room, there's an Asian person in the room, and there's a white person in the room. So when I see that, I'm like, I get the race cut off my head to say, okay, cool, then it's not a race thing,
Oh, because they're
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Because then I see like all these other people in the room, and the guy's like, is like, you gotta get a return ticket.
oh,
Now, I'm not sure if you know Onward Ticket.
yeah, like the
It's a
website
platform.
where you can get like the fake ones.
Yes. So I'm not even sure, and maybe I'm not even sure if it's a fake ticket or not.
Hmm.
But I heard about it because normally every time I would get an actual return ticket to any country, I would never use that return ticket. So it would always be just me spending money to get a return ticket, to show a return ticket at immigration.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't use it to fly out to that country.
Oh wow.
It would just be more for me to just get to Bali if I'm getting into Bali. And then whenever I have to fly out of Bali, I'd have to like buy another ticket, basically.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah.
So then, so you are familiar with Onward Ticket, right?
I never used it, but like I heard of it. I heard of like you can get like the fake tickets that give you like
Yeah.
yeah, and then
So I mean,
they're
I
not
know
real big.
about
It costs like $30 or something. Yeah.
$16, $16. So
Uh,
I knew about Onward Ticket for quite a bit of time,
mhm.
but I never used it because it's like, but then all these other people that I'd come across whilst traveling, they'd say, and maybe you have a conversation about getting a return ticket and all those sort of things. They'll always say, hey, listen, I use this platform, it's called Onward Ticket and all those sort of things.
Okay.
And they'll tell me as to how it works, but in the in the deepest of my mind, I'm like, hey, I don't know,
Yeah,
I'm
like
black, so I'm not sure if I could do the same thing because I'm not sure as to how immigration works. I'm not sure if they're gonna look very attentively into my stuff and all those sort of things,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So either way, we in this room. So the race card gets off my head because I see there's a Asian person, there's a white person chilling there as well.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, get a ticket. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And this is me just, intuitively speaking. I'm like, I'm not gonna get an actual ticket. Jump onto Onward Ticket, get a ticket for $16. The guy's like, have you gotten a ticket as yet? I'm like, yeah, I have. He's like, okay, cool, come through, sit down here, just next to me. I'm sitting across him. There's a table, and he's got a laptop with him. I got the most anxiety, bro. This
Oh.
guy takes my phone. He looks at the ticket. He's looking for the reference number.
Oh, okay.
He puts it on the system. I can see him punching the numbers. So this is in my mind, and like when he's doing that, I'm trying to figure out as to. This is me. I'm asking myself: are the tickets on Onward Ticket valid? Is it
Yeah.
a legitimate ticket, or is the system gonna ping it as a fake ticket?
Yeah.
He puts it on the system, and he looks at me. He's like, "Okay, cool. No, you're good."
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, moving forward, just make sure that whenever you fly into the country, you've got your return ticket with you. You've got your proof of accommodation as well, and all those sort of things."
Oh, okay.
And just like that, my anxiety just, went out, But
Yeah.
with that, for me, that confirmed for me that an Onward Ticket is a valid ticket, So you can literally buy it.
Yeah, you don't have to
It
be.
doesn't matter where you fly into,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a return ticket. It just has to be something out of the country, I guess. I don't know if that's what you meant or not, but
Yeah, but I used to think it's a fake ticket. I used to think if they were to look into it,
oh.
it would scream fake,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and that is not an actual ticket.
Yeah.
So even when the guy was looking at the ticket, I thought maybe his system might ping it as a fake ticket.
It is a fake ticket,
So
though,
that's why I
right?
had like anxiety.
It is a
See
fake
that
ticket,
again?
right? Like it's not actually a real ticket, but it probably has real flight information. Like it probably does have a real flight reference number and all of these other
Yes,
things.
exactly. So yeah.
Okay,
So you're
okay.
right. So it's a fake ticket in the sense that you can't use it to board a flight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure, but it's an actual ticket in the sense that it can pass immigration
Yeah, yeah.
if they were to validate it and punch in the flight reference number on the system and all those sort of
I can't
things.
believe you did that, bro. I think I would have been too scared to do that at that point. You're already like in the next room. It's like if they catch you with that, like who knows what's gonna happen, right? I don't know. Maybe you don't care as much, but for me, I would have been personally, I would have been too scared to do that. I think I would have just booked a real ticket, to be honest. Maybe I would
I
have
didn't
booked a
want to
real
make
ticket and
advances.
then canceled it. Sometimes you can cancel, so maybe I would have done
Yeah.
that. But I would have definitely probably have not have the balls to do an onward ticket. I probably would have done a real ticket. So I'm surprised you did that, especially at the next room. Um,
Yeah. Are you saying you can cancel and get your money back?
yeah, there's a lot of flights where you can cancel, get your money back within like 24 hours, or maybe you can even buy a cancelable ticket for like a little bit extra money, and then obviously you're already planning to cancel anyway. So yeah,
So
so
I think,
you can.
that's what I didn't know. That's what I didn't know. So
Oh,
because
okay.
I had spent over,
But even if I did it, like I can't believe you did that because like bro, like I think even I wouldn't have. I would have probably
yeah,
just booked a real ticket, planning to take that, and then maybe cancel it later. That's what I mean. But I wouldn't have had the balls to do a fake ticket like in that situation. Even now, I
yeah.
probably wouldn't like. Even you telling me how it worked, like I still won't have the balls to do that because maybe they have a better system to track it down or something. I don't know, but I feel like even now I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it, bro. And the reason as to why that is because I had bought a lot of actual tickets whereby I never used those tickets.
Oh
So
yeah,
this
okay,
was
I
me now,
understand.
like in my finance perspective, to say I've bought tickets over $500 that I've never
Oh
utilized
yeah,
as a return ticket,
yeah, yeah.
because whenever I do this return ticket thing, I would never think in advance in the sense of saying maybe an ideal date for me to buy a ticket is this date, and just make sure that if I'm going to be buying that return ticket, I'm actually going to utilize it. So whenever I get a return ticket, I'm thinking, how do I access Vietnam? How do I access? I'm not thinking about the after 60 days or the
Oh yeah,
after 30 day and all those sort of things.
uh huh.
You know,
Because you don't have your whole thing planned out. You kind of just
I don't have
decide.
my things planned out. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have my things planned out to that particular extent and all those sort of things. So whenever I buy a return ticket, it's always okay. I'm going into Bali now. I need to get a return ticket. Let's get a return ticket. Get into Bali. Once you're in Bali, you'll kind of figure it out in terms of what country to fly to next after that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Oh
So I think
yeah.
at that particular time that I was sitting down in there, I think my mind was like, bro, you've spent a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
buying return tickets that you've never utilized, but at the same time, I didn't think he was gonna punch it on the system. So if I knew, or if I saw that he was punching it on the system,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought it on onward ticket.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing that I got the ticket on onward ticket as well, because
Yeah. For sure.
whenever I have conversations with other travelers and I'm like, hey, but then is this an actual ticket? Nobody really gave me a straight answer. People were just
Yeah.
like, no, it's a people would normally just say it's a fake ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so for me, fake ticket screams, okay, if you buying this ticket, you don't want to get to a point whereby they trying to analyze it. You know what I'm saying? Like at immigration. So I think for the fact that that happened, for me, then validated that, and it could be a wrong validation, but it validated the fact that I can just travel to any place and still buy like an onward ticket. And even if the person at immigration is dialing that thing on their system, I could still be chilled and just, I don't know, drinking my coffee or having a conversation and not worrying what that information might look like on their screen, because
Yeah.
I've gone through it in Bangkok and it passed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. One question: is this the last time you went to Thailand, or?
That was the last time. So that was the time that
Oh.
I went to Patang, that place called Patang, which is like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this was like a 4 hour drive to
From Bangkok.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
And then from Bangkok, I went into Chiang Mai, and I think just like yourself, I fell in love with Chiang Mai. And there's just a huge nomadic community in Chiang Mai as well, and if you picked up like our conversation from the get-go, I did say that, anytime that I'm like solo traveling, I'm not looking to like find a place in a very secluded place. I want to be in a place whereby it's still easy for me to access other people. I
Yeah.
think for me to start traveling like a little bit with this secluded type of mindset and perspective, it has to be me traveling with a partner, because then you've got your partner with you. So it could just be like, hey, babe, here's a place. It's on the top of the mountain. It's a 30 minutes drive to town and all those sort of things. And it's safe, you know. But yeah, that was the last time that I traveled to Chiang Mai, and
Okay.
yeah, I share the same perspective as you in terms of like Thailand in general. I like Chiang Mai for me is my favorite. It's
Yeah.
my favorite place.
The reason I asked is it the last time you went to Thailand is because a lot of times immigration will like they keep track of basically almost everything you give them or you tell them. So I think that plays a role too. Like maybe they didn't check the flight. Maybe they just wrote it down like he's leaving this X, Y, and Z. So maybe that could be a thing too. Or did it look like? Do you really think that maybe he was just actually just checking the flight and then after that he was just fine with it?
I'm not sure, but he did dial the flight number
Okay.
onto the system because I could see him because he literally asked for my phone and he wanted to see the flight ticket. And I showed him the virtual. Obviously, I didn't have like a physical copy with me,
Yeah, yeah.
and I could see him punching that number
Yeah.
onto the system.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's when my anxiety just ran through the roof. And at that particular point, I was hoping that he's a very super nice person, and that if his system says pings fake, 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 I'm gonna explain to him to say, bro, listen, other travelers plugged me to this thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it's a fake platform, but now you've taught me a lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like basically just plead with him because I never want to be in a position whereby I'm getting deported, bro, because
Yeah.
of maybe
I know
like
some
I'm always hoping that anytime that I'm at immigration,
Yeah.
the person that I'm dealing with has enough humanity in them to have a conversation with me just to try and understand as to whatever miscommunication that could be, you know?
Yeah, I know someone who went to like they put him in like the jail and then deported him. Yeah, that does happen a lot though too. Like they do actually do that to many people too. Um, yeah,
Are you serious? What happened to that person?
I think he just did too
Yeah.
many border runs, and then they're just like, bro, what are you doing here? And then they just the immigration officer like got mad at him, and then yeah, he's like, you're never coming back here again. All that obviously that didn't happen, but. Yeah, he got sent back to Vietnam. Luckily, he's Danish, so he has visa on entry in Vietnam. So he luckily gets in on to Vietnam. He doesn't have to apply before. So then in Vietnam, he applied for his DTV and then came back to Thailand, and that's when I met him. So now he has the proper visa.
That's crazy. That's really crazy.
Yeah,
And what's the procedure there to get deported? You saying they put you in a jail
or
a little
I
bit,
think they put I don't know I don't think it's called considered a jail really, but I think it's just like
or they put you in a cell?
immigration like holding or something. I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's gangster. That's gangster. Yeah, no, yeah, that's some gangster type of vibe
Have
that
you have
I'd
you
never personally want to be in.
would you have ever considered paying a bribe, or is that something that's maybe like something that you wouldn't do, like it's you feel like maybe it's too risky or you're just not comfortable with doing that?
I have.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I have.
Are you
I
comfortable?
have in Bali. So
uh
again, like immigration initially for me used to be very intimidating.
yeah, yeah.
I'd ask myself a lot of stuff, and I'd have a perspective like this outward perspective about myself to say I feel like the reason as to why this person is tough on me is because they've got an issue or they feel like I'm in their country to do illegal things, But I remember this one time again, flight ticket issues. Get into Bali, forgot, because again, solo traveling, and sometimes you're doing a remember just like yourself, you by yourself, so you your own person's diary, you're always gonna have like all of your things planned out, and sometimes you miss some of the things, right? So this one time I'm traveling into Bali and I don't have my return ticket. And the guy asking me a bunch of questions, answer them, everything passes. He's like, where's your return ticket? I'm like, shoot, I don't have it. And he's like, get your return ticket. I'm like, I don't have it. I'm like, can I quickly buy it? He's like, yeah, that's fine. You can quickly buy it. The Wi-Fi at the airport was messing me up.
Oh, yeah.
And I just kept on getting, like my anxiety was just beeping up, beeping up, beeping up. Because then this guy is seated.
Was
and
this
he's
in
not
the
even
line?
smiling at me.
Is this like in the line
So
where you get the stamp, or
this is in the line.
oh
This is in the
shit.
queue.
So you're trying to
Other
buy a
people are
ticket in the
waiting.
queue.
I'm trying to buy a ticket
Yeah.
right there, and other people are in line. And this guy's not, he didn't
Pull you
say hi
aside or
with a
anything.
smile. It was like, he had like a very serious look in
Mm.
in him. And he's like, get your ticket, you know. Well, I actually didn't say get your ticket. It's like, where's your return ticket? I'm like, I don't have it. I'm like, can I quickly buy it now? It's like, yeah, buy it. I'm trying to buy that thing. The wife at the airport is just disappointed me. It's not checking out. I'm not able to get a ticket. And then I think for like a good 2 minutes, I'm like, hey, bro, don't worry about it. I'm trying to get it. I'm like, the wife is just bad here.
Yeah.
So I try, I'm still communicating with him so that it doesn't get to a point where it's like, you know what, screw it. You don't have your return ticket with you. Normally, what we do in that particular situation is we probably just need to deport you. I didn't want it to get to a point whereby he says, normally this is what we do,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he then asked me a question. And I mean, I'm pretty much very, and understood the question. So when he asked me the question, I understood in what perspective he was asking me the question. He was like, how much is the ticket?
Uh huh.
I'm like, what is it? It's like, it's 1 million rupiah.
Uh huh.
He's like, how much do you have with you? I'm like, I don't have any money with me, but I
Yeah.
can go to the bank, to the ATM to go get money.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, that's fine. Um, so I just go to the ATM inside the airport again. I think I got about 500,000 rupiah.
Yeah.
Gave it to him. He said some BS to me, which I knew was total BS. It's like, okay, cool, this is for your ticket. I'll get it registered and all of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. I didn't want to, I didn't want to question him in terms of like, what do you mean I'm gonna get registered and all? I knew it was BS in me, and I was good. It's one
Yeah.
of those situations whereby you're good with somebody BS in you because you just know that it's in your favor.
Oh, okay. So he
You
said
know,
some like official lingo, like he's like, "Oh, you're gonna get registered." Blah, blah.
something, and I was just like, I'm happy with that.
So
You know,
he didn't say like so. That's interesting because maybe I might have missed out on that because you picked up on that, but I feel like maybe I would have missed that. Because he said like how much is a ticket, so you kind of picked up like maybe there's a opportunity right there. So maybe that's why I've never been because there's times where I'm definitely willing to bribe somebody, but I don't want to step out of line
you don't
to
want to be
do
the you don't
yeah.
want to be the initiator. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like I
yeah.
remember the fee for a late 90-day report in Thailand was like 2,000 baht, which is crazy. That's a lot of money for like these small immigration matter. And I remember the guy was being like very friendly with me. He's like smiling. He's like, "Oh, very busy day." He like showed me. He's like, "Look, so many DTVs." So I'm trying to
Yeah.
think back. Like maybe there was a way in which I could have picked up that he's willing to accept the bribe. I feel like he maybe would have. Like if I, maybe put 1,000 in my passport when I handed in the passport, I feel like he might have accepted that. The thing is, like, I don't want to be. If I don't know for sure, it's like scary because it's like, what if he sees that and gets mad or something? Or
Yeah, no, you definitely don't want to incorrectly insinuate something which is not what it is,
yeah,
you know? So in most cases, you basically want the person to initiate it.
okay,
So even in my situation, I understood what he meant when he said, how much is the ticket? So immediately I think how he asked me that question,
yeah,
I kind of knew the direction of that
oh,
conversation,
uh-huh,
and I said it's a thousand, it's 1 million rupiah,
okay,
and immediately when he said how much do you have on you, nobody's gonna ask you as to how much do you have on you if they're not trying to say, oh no, but then you can physically buy a flight ticket, which I know that's not possible because this is
yeah,
not.
yeah,
I'm at immigration. I can't physically take out cash to buy for like a flight ticket.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? So I let him lead that conversation,
yeah,
and I just sort of reacted down to the whole thing to say, I didn't ask a lot of questions because I knew if I asked a lot of questions, he might just say, hey, listen, he might just become strict towards
yeah,
me and say, hey, listen, you don't have your ticket with you. Essentially, this is what we do. So he just said, how much do you have? And I'm like, I don't have any money, but I can go get money now. And luckily there's a couple of banks inside, like a couple of money machine ATMs and all of that. So I was able to just go get money, give it to him. He said some BS to me, and I was happy with the BS, and Just
Yeah.
went out of the airport happy and all those sort of things. But I think that was probably my last time traveling into any place without a return ticket. So I think from that particular moment, once that happened, because it was a little bit of a, no, I think I'm lying because I think the Thailand thing happened after.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the Thailand thing happened after. But I think after that I tried to
Get an
schedule
onward
my stuff
ticket.
properly and have return tickets and all those sort of things because
Yeah. I mean, you can just book. I don't think it's return. It's just onward. Like you just need to show that you're leaving as well.
yeah, you just gotta show them that you leave in within the time frame that you're supposed to leave that country.
Yeah.
And my thing with immigration is I always want those things to be fast. I don't want to be the guy that's at immigration for the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that's speaking to the immigration person for the longest time because eventually I'm gonna get scared. I'll get intimidated. I want like a smooth process. Hey, where's your passport? This and this and this. I don't want to spend like a long time there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
but I
yeah, I agree
I
with that.
think I think with our traveling, I don't think you're scared as much, right? I think initially maybe you were scared, but I think right now you're pretty much comfortable, confident whenever you're doing this, whenever you going through immigration, right?
I wouldn't say confident, but yeah, I mean, yeah,
You're
there's.
comfortable.
I'm like, yeah, because like the thing is, like, if I'm not doing anything, I have all the stuff that they need, right? I'm not doing anything weird.
Illegal. Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is just like, bro, like they're asking like, for example, I came to Thailand last time. I had everything. They're like, where are you staying? I'm like, I'm staying at this place. They're like, write down the address. So the address is in fucking Thai, right? Like I can't write Thai. Like the letters, like I don't know the
Yeah,
letters.
yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm like, dude, it's right here, but I can't write it down, right? I can't. He's like, oh, if you don't know the address, you have to call the owner. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. This is crazy.
How did you go about it?
I think I explained it to him. I think maybe the first time he didn't understand me, so I was just like, bro, I was trying to look for the English address. Maybe they have it, and they actually did, but I couldn't find it at the time. Eventually, I just explained it to him again, though. I was like I have the address. It's right. Like I know the address. I can't write it down, bro. I don't know this language. And then I think I showed it to him. I was like, it's this. And then he's like, he looked at it, and then he understood. Then he wrote it down himself. So then it was like, yeah. But there's always something like that, man. I feel like they always question me in Thailand now. Yeah, it's just.
Crazy experience, crazy
Do you
experiences,
usually
bro.
get asked like? So, do you usually get asked, or do you usually get stamped through? Because I know most people, like when I'm looking at it, right? Most
Yeah.
people they just get stamped through. Like they just get stamped through. Um,
I
but
mean, for me,
in Vietnam
I
so
mean,
far it's like that, but everywhere else it's crazy.
yeah, I mean, for me,
Even in Canada, why are you not letting me into my own country?
yeah, I mean, for me, like the whole traveling thing was pretty much, I was just learning as I was going. It was an experience, like a new experience. So I remember even with a visa run,
Yeah.
I didn't know that a visa run is illegal.
Oh.
So this one time I'm at the airport, like that was the first day that I bought 3 flight tickets in one day,
Oh shit.
getting out of the country. So first flight ticket was to Malaysia. Um, Called a Gojek friend of mine to come through pick me up, but then ordered a Gojek at the same time, and they all arrived at the same time. And then the Gojek driver was complaining, saying I'm messing up with his business and all those sort of things,
Yeah.
to a point whereby I think that whole thing went on for like about 30 minutes.
Wait, so you ordered
And
two?
then
What happened?
I called my friend to come through.
Oh, okay.
I think the issue was that it was raining.
Yeah.
So I was struggling getting a Gojek from the platform.
Okay.
So then I called a friend of mine, but then at the same time, I still tried to order a Gojek.
Oh, okay.
And
So you basically two
in my
people.
mind, it was, say that again?
You basically had two people come to try and pick you up.
Exactly. 'Cause in my mind, it was just like whoever comes through first, I'll utilize the person, and If it's the Gojek guy, I'll send a WhatsApp to my friend and tell him that, hey, listen, this and this happened,
Yeah.
but I'll give you some money when I come back as a thank you or something like that.
Yeah.
So they get there at the same time. Gojek driver goes crazy, goes on a wild rant, and I'm just out there trying to say, I need to get to the airport. I need to get to the airport. Eventually get to the airport, and I couldn't check in
Oh.
because I was late. So then I
Oh.
couldn't board the flight.
Oh shit.
Then I get a ticket to go to Singapore, and then as I was about to board the what was I doing? I was speaking to the lady. I don't know what she was. I guess she was checking me in. She's like, "What are you doing in Singapore?" I'm like, "I'm doing a visa run."
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
like, "She's like, yo, listen, you don't say that.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
don't tell anyone that you're doing a visa run.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and Singapore is known as the hub of people getting deported. You know, so that was me then finding out that doing a visa run is illegal. For me, I just thought, uh, I just thought it's something that you can just speak openly to anyone. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and I guess it was like my first couple of times doing a visa run.
Yeah. And it makes sense because
You know,
everyone
so
does it. So it's like, why is it this big deal? But yeah.
exactly everyone does it. You know, so it's like everyone does it, but it's like you're still not supposed to speak about it loudly
Yeah, yeah.
to immigration and all those sort of things. You know, so that was me. Yeah, that was my first time learning that. If you get into Thailand and they're like, what are you here for? You know, I can't say, oh no, I'm doing a visa run from thingy. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.